Hello my dear students, welcome to another episode of JEE Advanced PYQ discussion. Now we discuss one question from ITF, inverse trigonometric functions. This JEE Advanced question 2014. Let f be a function from 0 4 pi. Domain is closed interval 0 4 pi. Range closed interval 0 pi. The function defined by f of x equal to cos inverse of cos x. F of x is equal to cos inverse of cos x. Full stop. The number of points x from 0 to 4 pi. 0 to 4 pi is the domain. Satisfies this equation. Second equation is f of x is equal to 10 minus x by 10. We simply written as 10 by 10, 1 minus x by 10. Question says that number of points, number of solutions satisfies these two equations. Our technique is that to draw the graph of these two functions, then we check how many points these two graphs intersect. That is the number of solution, number of points of intersection. First, we draw the graph of cos inverse of cos x. We know that cos inverse of cos x is equal to x. When x lies between 0 to pi, x is an element of closed interval 0 to pi. But here we discuss the domain from 0 to 4 pi. See, just draw the graph of the function. Zero, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. Here the domain is from 0 to 4 pi. Range from 0 to pi. 0 to pi. Okay. 0 to pi. Cos inverse of cos x lies between 0 to pi. See the graph. From 0 to pi, is here. And from pi to 2 pi, this. 2 pi to 3 pi, this. 3 pi to 4 pi, this graph. This function is periodic with period pi. 0 to pi, cos inverse of cos x. 0 to pi, cos inverse of cos x is x. Pi to 2 pi. From pi to 2 pi, cos inverse of cos x is what? 2 pi minus x. From 2 pi to 3 pi, what is cos inverse of cos x? Which is 2 pi plus x. 3 pi to 4 pi, it becomes 4 pi minus x. I just explain how I write this. This is of the form from 0 to pi cos inverse of cos x is x. We know that. In the case of sin inverse, it is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. From pi to 2 pi, this graph is of the form y is equal to minus x. This form, y is equal to minus x. Its slope is minus 1. This graph in the same way, y equal to minus x. But these two graphs must pass through 2 pi comma 0 and 4 pi comma 0. This is of the form y is equal to minus x. This is of the form y is equal to minus x. But I say that this graph passes through the point 2 pi comma 0. When we put x equal to 2 pi, you get answer 0. So I add 2 pi here. When you put x equal to 2 pi minus 2 pi plus 2 pi, answer becomes 0. So this function is of the form 2 pi minus x. This point is 4 pi comma 0. That means we put x equal to 4 pi, answer is 0. This graph is of the form y equal to minus x. I substitute 4 pi here plus 4 pi, then plus 4 pi minus 4 pi, answer becomes 0. But this graph is of the form y equal to x, symmetric to this graph. This is of the form y equal to x. This graph passes through the point 2 pi 0. So this function, small change, it becomes x minus 2 pi, x minus 2 pi. This is of the form y equal to x, but this graph passes through the point 2 pi comma 0. 2 pi comma 0. So I write this as x minus 2 pi. When I substitute 2 pi here, answer becomes the form of the graph. Okay. Then, here the domain is from 0 to 4 pi. Then we draw the graph of second function. Draw the graph of second function. See, when we put x equal to 0, what is f of 0? 1 minus 0, it becomes 1. So point out here 1. This become pi, 3.14 approximately here. What is f of 2 pi? That is 1 minus pi is 3.14. 2 pi is approximately 6 point something, 6.28. I write 6 by 10, which is equal to 10 minus 6, 4 by 10, that is 2 by 5. That is point something. When you put x equal to 2 pi, answer become point something. Put x equal to 3 pi, answer become point something. So this graph passes through. When you put x equal to 3 pi, f of 3 pi is what? 1 minus, put x equal to 3 pi here. That is 9 point something. I have approximately written as 9. 9 by 10. Simplify this, you get answer is 1 by 10. That is 0.1. When you put x equal to 3 pi, answer become approximately 0.1. So this graph passes through this way. This graph passes through this way. 1, 2, 3. Point of intersection of this green and blue graph is 3. 3 points these two graphs are intersect. So number of points, number of solution, number of points satisfies these two equation become 3. Why? When you put x equal to 4 pi here, when you put x equal to 4 pi here, what happened? F of 4 pi is equal to 1 minus 4 pi by 10. 4 pi is approximately 12 point something. That become 12 by 10, which is a negative number. So the graph below the x-axis, no point of intersection. From 0 to 4 pi, this green and blue graph intersecting exactly 3 points. So number of solution is 3. Okay.